Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 13th, February 2013, ending Friday the 17th. Hope you're having a good trading month. It was a pretty slow week, actually, except for Thursday, which was pretty spectacular. But overall, I mean, it's just really, really flat and slow out there, and not much we can do about that. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. And, here we are. This is 12 candles up towards a secret 13 sell signal on the futures. The S&P cash index already has one. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's go through the major indices, and then we'll look at the intra-week action. So here's a look at the QM. This is the crude oil. 53.85, almost a new closing high. Nice base for a breakout, potentially on crude oil, which will not be good for the pump. Gold gets a recycle of it was 12 bars candles into the seeker count. We got a recycle here, so that's gone. See, there's a 12 there. So had we made new highs, we would have had a 13, except for now we got a new 9-bar startup, so that's gone. So no 13 sell signal on gold, and it was down $1.50. S&P cash index up 8. Remember, here's the 13 sell signal we got on Thursday. The risk line is just above. So one more day up will give you the sell signal on both the futures and the cash index. Remember, last time we got the 13 sell signal back in the beginning of December, we went dead flat for a month after. Pretty unusual to get another one this close behind it, but we did. And usually when you get two in a row, that ends up leading to something. You can see the prior 13 sell signal back at the end of, or the beginning of September, eventually led to a dip that didn't really bottom out until November. So we're definitely fighting the tailwinds there. Here's the Nasdaq 100, and guess what? 13 sell signal on the Nasdaq 100 as of Friday. So all of them lining up once again with the sell signals. Here's the SOX down 76 cents. By the way, NDX was up 14. SOX down 76 cents, less than a point, pretty flat. Biotech's down 373. It's interesting when the SOX is down, the biotechs are down, but the NDX is up 14, mostly because, I don't even know. Nothing was up big. VIX up down 3 cents to 1085, almost the lowest close again on the VIX. None of these low VIX readings are good. A for us as traders, B for the long side of the market. Trend gets another higher reading at 1.15, almost everything above 1.0 for the last month, and its 10-day moving average is high at 1.16. Nasdaq volume was 1.7 billion on Friday. That's okay, but it's lighter than the rest of the week. Advanced decline ratio, after being negative on the Nasdaq side for most of the week, was positive on Thursday and Friday, plus 986 issues, plus 1308 on the New York. Google gains back 479 after getting clobbered the week before. Apple loses 30 cents after being on the rise for a week or so. Amazon gains $6.10. Not a new high there. Netflix up 68 cents. Here's Tesla up literally 3 cents. That's about as flat as it can get. You got a bull flag on Tesla if you break out to new highs there. The bond's back down 7 cents after gaining earlier in the week. Dow Jones closes up 96.97. Remember, 13 sell signal is still in place on the Dow Jones. He just came up to the risk line, which is the top barrier of that sell signal. So let's put this all together and think about this. The S&P, the ES futures contract is 1 day away from a 13 sell signal. The S&P cash index has a sell signal that's actively in place, and we're well under the risk line still. The Nasdaq 100 now has a 13 sell signal, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average has a 13 sell signal that we've rallied up to hit the literally closed at the risk line. Matter of fact, let's get the exact number here. The close was 2269.37, and the risk line was 2251. Is that right? 2251.29. Okay, so we're right at we're within. On a 20,000 point index, we're within 10 points or so of that close, right on it. So obviously, if a failure here, you've got all the sell signals lined up across the board on the daily charts of all these. This is a major deal. We've got to keep a good eye on this. Now let's also go up to some wider charts. We haven't looked at some of these lately. Here's the weekly chart of the S&P. No 13 sell signal here, nothing to really worry about. What about the NDX? Nasdaq 100 does not have a 13 sell signal. What about the Dow? Not that we care as much about the Dow. Does not have a sell signal. Let's also take a quick look at the monthly charts because we do like to look around every once in a while and get our heads up and see a broader picture. So here's the Dow Jones Industrial Average monthly chart. This one had a 13 sell signal on the monthly 3 months ago, and it's still under the risk line from that. So technically that's still in play. The Nasdaq 100 is only one into the secret count, but it completed a new 9-bar startup on the monthly. and the S&P is about the same. So the broader ones do not have the signal as much. Remember, the 13 sell signal on the S&P, the last time we got it was actually back in 2014 on the monthly. Remember how that topped us out? Look how that risk line was used for so long, and finally just broken here in late 2016. So when you get those on the broader market time frames, the monthly chart, it's obviously a bigger deal, but we don't have them forming out right now. All right, let's take a look at the ES futures contract. This is a 10-minute candle. So Monday opened down a little bit, filled the gap, and just basically a flat session. Tuesday, small gap up, filled the gap, flat session. Wednesday, small gap down, filled the gap, flat session. Thursday is the day Costco broke out. We had a big day in Costco. I'll show you the Costco chart real quick. Look at this on Thursday. We got this, captured that whole move, and that was a big winner for the week. But again, gap up and actually ran, and then Friday gap up, back and forth a little bit, drifted up and flattened out. Thursday was the big and interesting day of the week. The rest of it pretty much untradeable, to be honest. Lighter volume, very flat. It was not a stellar week from that perspective. We're still waiting for the market to get interesting here, and like I said, with all these sell signals, you'd like to think it'll happen to the downside, but we'll see what happens. Let's look at the economic data that's coming out this week. So we've got here we go. We got the PPI. Actually, nothing on Friday. Monday is the 13th. Nothing there. On Tuesday, we've got PPI. On Wednesday, we've got MBA Mortgage Applications Index and CPI. The CPI is a bigger deal, obviously. We've also got the Empire Manufacturing and Retail Sales, Capacity Utilization, Industrial Production, Business Inventories. Wow, this is a lot. This is all on Wednesday. Business inventories, the NAHB Housing Market Index, crude oil inventories an hour into the market, and then the net long-term tick flows in the afternoon. Thursday, housing starts building permits, the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. Philly Fed at 8:30, Natty Gas an hour into the market, and then Friday's leading indicators. Whew, that's a lot. It's actually a lot of stuff. And also Fed Chairman Yellen speaking to Congress both on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's very important. That can have an impact on the market as well. And from a broader perspective, what else can we say here? Well, it's also options expiration week. This is just a single expiration. It's not a triple expiration. Okay, so we're just going to focus on the single expiration side of this. But again, I think that if there's an options unraveling move to be had, and I'm not sure that there is because volume's been so light in the market. I don't get the sense that the options positions are out there big. But if it is, then it would happen on probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Friday itself should be slow, and I want to double warn you about Friday. Not only is it options expiration on a Friday, which is usually, it's always on a Friday, which is usually a slow Friday in general for the month. But next Monday, the 20th is President's Day. So it's a holiday, the markets are closed. So people are going to be leaving early, last ski trips of the year and stuff like that, probably for most. So expect a lot of people to leave Thursday and not come back Friday, and then we're gone on Monday. So get that options unraveling move if you get one Wednesday or Thursday. Capture it, get in that direction, make some money, and hope we get a good day between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.